Boom. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Vicky? What's up, Peter? What's up, Fabian? What's up, Kumar? Is it bullish or bearish in your opinion? On the higher time frame, it's definitely bearish. But right now, London highs could be taken. Could get previous day equilibrium. Good, Dragos. I'm good, brother. Good, Fetty. Would not be trading FOMC. If it was FOMC press conference, then I wouldn't be trading. But because it's only minutes, I am going to be more cautious today because it's still FOMC minutes. But I'm not opposed to taking a trade if my model forms. Usually market levels before stream. Usually like just before I go live. These are my levels for today. Either just before I go live or, I mean, yeah, I prefer doing it before stream, but no, I don't trade crypto. Minutes in conference. Minutes is like the summary of what happened. Conference is the actual thing. A lot more volatility with the conference. I'll be trading today if my model forms. So yeah, I got you, Ethan. Just give me some time. I'll explain the levels I have marked out. Wait for some people to join up. Otherwise, I'll have to repeat myself multiple times. But to keep it pretty simple, I mean, if you're bearish, we should respect 50% or a premium of previous day's range. Shouldn't spend much time up in there. You shouldn't be helping you during live. I appreciate you, Fetty. I definitely think watching someone live stream helps, especially for those who like use my model. It's good to just kind of see how it's broken down every day, what to look for, what I see. Yeah, we can take out high of day. It's possible, for sure. Definitely possible. This market looks like a pump and dump meme coin. Pump and dump. I don't see no pumps, bro. I just see dumps. What's up, Manny? What's up, Kispay? Good morning, brother. What is this, price action? It's just difficult, you know? You can't blame the price action. On FOMC press conference, I do not trade. But FOMC minutes, I'm not opposed to it, but I definitely will be extra cautious today. If I start seeing signatures that it's not that clean, I'll be a little bit cautious. Two, 3, 6. Yeah, it'll be small. Why do I feel lagged on? Is it me? London High will be taking. Yeah, London High looks like the immediate draw. So we can watch that. Just been expanding. Is it important? Yeah, it's important. It's good to check. Your broker doesn't allow you? Wait, why? I'll cover bias as soon as I'm done this sandwich, which is almost done. Almost done. But higher time frame is definitely still bearish. I do think we could potentially see London highs. I'm driving to school. No, I don't care about that 10 a.m. news. It's not going to do much. Do you sell curs? What do you mean course? No, I don't really sell a course. Bias? Give me 3 more bites, and I'll finish the sandwich, and I'll go over bias. It could have been a London reversal, but the fact we're coming back all the way here, unless we see like an immediate reaction from this OB or from the CISD, which is right here, unless we see like an immediate reaction, then I'd probably just expect it to take London highs. What's between London and Asia? London is pre-market. London lunch. I don't look at the Dow too much to look for. Yeah, how many bites did I say? This is the order block form from London. So if London high is going to stay intact, we should respect 50% and lower this order block. What am I eating? A sandwich. How many bites did I say? Is that 4? 3? Some people saying 3. No, I need more than 3, guys. What about some juice or some shit? All right, boy. Appreciate everyone waiting for me to finish my sandwich. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna need some water. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be thirsty. I'm not gonna get locked in. But let's talk about first. Let's talk about the levels we have marked out. So the higher time frame is bearish. Anyone bullish on the higher time frame is a gambler. No reason to be bullish yet. We're still bearish. It could reverse, but I think it's more likely that we're gonna take out this Monday low and maybe even lower. So Monday low is a higher time frame objective for me. Does it need to be met today? No, but I do expect at least some point this week, as long as we stay relatively close, we'll take out Monday's low. So how can we find high probability shorts if we want to align with that idea? We should stay below previous day's low, right? Because think about it like this. If we're going to take Monday's low, we shouldn't be trading above previous day's low. That doesn't make sense. That narrative does not align. So I want to see previous day's low used as resistance. That's one. Two, if we are going to go above previous day's low, I would want to see us respect previous day's equilibrium, right? So we shouldn't be trading all the way like here. If we're going to go all the way up here, then we're probably not going to take out Monday's low today, right? So I'm going to be a little bit skeptical on that. Higher time frame is bearish. Also have to keep in mind, tomorrow is CPI, and today afternoon is FOMC minutes. That's two big pieces of information that you need to keep in mind. What does that mean? It means we may not see a large range today, right? So let's say hypothetically, we on open, we move up like, 300-400 points. That may be the move for the day, right? That just may be the move. We may not see a large move higher and then lower because of the day, right? It's not going to be like this Thursday, for example. It's going to be more slow, less volatile, and less volume. So am I still going to trade? Yes, if my model forms, but I'm going to watch the candles as they print. If they're forming with a lot of wicks and very sloppy and then there's no clear order flow, I might just trade my evals or just not take a trade at all. But I'm not opposed to taking any trades today. It doesn't break any rules for me. I've traded FOMC minutes multiple times, so that's pretty much the game plan. Going into intraday charts, we have, and I would just do this as accumulation pre-market. Like we did see a move higher in London. We have low of day right here. So we could take out low of day. Right now we're trading into London's range inside this premium city. Clean breaker on the 5. Can you talk about your higher time frame levels? Those are my higher time frame levels. Monday's low, that's your daily sell side pool. External objectives, how far below Monday's low can we trade? I marked out October's low from 2023. This would be your Q3 low. Wait, Q4. Sorry, I meant to say Q4. So last year's fourth quarter, the low that we put in was at this price level. That's just if we're gonna go below below Monday. I'm not saying we are, but if it'll probably draw towards that level. And yeah, so pre-market plan, ideal scenario. I don't know if I want to see London highs, but ideal scenario would be finding a high probability short to midnight open. I wouldn't be opposed to taking a long from here toward London highs. Order flow right now is bullish. 15-minute BISI, equal highs in London. So making a higher high on this wick and then potentially coming down. It's a possible scenario. Last year. Did I say last year? Sorry, I meant to say 2023. You figured out your plan, Ryan? That's good for, just do that, Ryan. 300 to make 6. And if you get a really good trade, you can always, let it go a little longer. It's all about just waiting for that good trade, though. What's up, 2 Chains? Are you doing yearly plus quarterly plus monthly analysis and levels like opens? No, I don't do that. I rarely do monthly analysis. That's primarily only for Forex or the dollar. On the odd chance there's like a monthly fair value gap or an old monthly low, but no, for the most part, I'm just trying to predict which direction the weekly candle is going to trade and looking for the days to align with that weekly candle. Very simple. Always a fresh cut. How did you discover ICT? I saw it on a YouTube video and I did more research. How much did you get a payout last month? I got 1 payout last month. I don't want to talk about how much I made because the truth is, the only people in this world who ask me how much I make or how much my payouts are the people who want to signal bomb me and figure out if the numbers satisfy them. They want to see if I'm making enough, so they're like, yeah, this guy's good, he made this much, so I don't even want people to signal bomb me, so it's hard to be like transparent and at the same time, but like you kind of have to choose. FOMC minutes, should we trade the AM session? It's gonna be slow, it's gonna be sloppy, but it's not gonna be as bad as FOMC press conference. How much you make? I'll tell my students. I don't care about them. I mean, they're already here to learn, so. Yeah, I'll be trading morning session if my model forms. I'll give like 1 or 2 more minutes to ask questions. Why do you think it's bad to copy you with good risk management? Well, the main reason, one is I don't believe that anyone who's copy trading can handle losing as much as I, because I know the long-term benefits. I can have a losing month and it won't affect me. Copy trader has a losing month, they're probably going to lose their mind. That's 1. 2, it also kind of affects my trading, just knowing that other people are just copy trading me. You can't help it, and the people copy trading me, no offense, most of the time are not that wealthy. They're just people like looking to change. Like I get messages saying like, yo, I need to pay this much or whatever. So like they'll message me like, oh, like be really careful with your trades. Like, bro, what? Like I'm trying to worry about myself, bro. What do you mean? Like I'm not trying to pay your rent on my next trade, Like I genuinely get messages like that all the time. So like it definitely makes a difference. So if you're gonna copy, it's gonna happen. Just don't tell me. Do it at your own risk. I win, I lose. You gotta be comfortable. Another thing is I make decisions really quickly. A lot of the times, this happens a lot. I'll take a loss and I'll quickly switch my bias because I realize I made a mistake. Or I'll quickly re-enter because I realize my stop was not good. I do that, but the people who are copy trading, they can't do it fast enough. Or they don't trust. So then, it's just not ideal. First presentation for value gap, we're trading back into it. Doesn't meet the criteria of a classic model, so I won't be a part of this move to London highs unless it were to. Yeah, I don't see how I can get a classic model. You could take the long. It's not my model, so if you want it to be trading, it'd look something like this. I mean, obviously you don't learn, yeah. You won't learn just copying. All right, we're gonna minimize chat now. By the way, if you guys are not in the free Discord, feel free to join the Discord. We're also running a giveaway in the Discord, so if you want to lock in and do that, you can do that. So let me run up all the accounts here. I will figure out if I want to trade the funds or just the evals. Strange things could happen. 2-minute busy. I would love to see a move below 930 here, and then potentially another move higher. We'll see. So the thing about a day like this is you kind of want to get in, you know, going into 930. If you can catch the classic model, it's probably the best trade that's going to form. Just because there's not that much volatility, right? So this doesn't meet the criteria for a classic model, unfortunately. I do think it's going to go higher, but it's not my trade. And there's a reason I wait for a move below 930 for classic, you know. It makes it higher probability. We inverse first presentation. Let's see if we re-inverse it. We do re-inverse it there. So that could be an entry. If you're bullish, it would look something like this. Not my model. Again, I wouldn't take this because it's not my model. Classic model clearly states we have to see a move below 930 into a low or imbalance outside the range. Right now, that didn't happen. So even if I wanted to take this trade, I'd be breaking a rule. So I'm obviously I'm not looking to do that. We left equal highs, which is nice. What do I want to see right now? Is I want to see a move below 930 open. This would be like this dream best case scenario would be something like this, you know? And we take the long here, target London highs. From there could be a reversal. Right now, this is my immediate draw, London highs. Unless it shows me it doesn't want to go there, because my higher time frame is bearish, right? So unless it shows me it doesn't want to go to London highs, I will not be bearish until that moment. This would have to really wick like all the way, which I think it might. So I guess we'll see. It's going to be a tricky situation. Re-inversing first presentation there. Strange things could happen. And for me to take a short, you know, I could actually short this inversion if I wanted to. See, that would meet the criteria if I wanted to target the 15. We have an OB. Doesn't give the best risk to reward. Doesn't really give the best risk to reward. It's a little bit risky too, because the 2 minutes still up. 3-minute fair value gap as well. Pretty sloppy open, yeah. Just got to be patient. Kind of conditions you'd expect in FOMC. We did touch a 3-minute gap. Again, re-inversing first presentation. This is a order block now. So we likely will see London highs here. Damn, we're gonna see it potentially one price leg. We took out a 15-minute high over there, but we still have London highs. There's London highs about to happen. All right, there's London highs. Would have been tricky if you took first presentation, but with a proper stop loss, you wouldn't have been stopped. Like I said, didn't meet my criteria anyways. Now we could potentially look for a short idea. I would have to see a CISD. So that would be a closure below this candle right now. So could I take a classic model short? I could. It would have to be this inversion. So a little bit more aggressive. I prefer the CISD, but we'll see how it forms. I'll be referring to this as first presentation, but it could be this blue one. I'm not sure. It's hard to say in terms of sizing. Top set lagging at the moment, people are saying. We didn't reinverse. No, we first presentation. Yeah, we did. It was a little sloppy. It was a very sloppy reinverse, but 70. Right? Is anyone else cooked? Top step cooked. My top step seems to be fine, so I'm not sure what everyone's saying. Order flow is bullish. Order flow is bullish. Order flow is bullish. Why are you spamming my chat? Order flow is bullish, bro. You think I can't see that price is going up? I can see it, bro. I've marked out all the arrays. South set's bugging for a lot of people, it seems. We already took out Asia highs. Yeah, my top step seems to be fine, but it seems like others are lagging. I guess just be cautious. For the most part, I think if something happens while there's lag and it's on their part, but I look for a 930 bullish protraction, no. All right, let's focus back up. What happens if you're in a trade? I think if it's on them and you can't, I think they just refund any trade that occurs. I don't want to see a move that high. It's possible, but I prefer not. We'll see. Obviously possible, but I prefer not. It just wouldn't really make sense, the fact that we already came so far low and didn't even take out Monday's low. Possible. Eventually we will. I think the narrative makes more sense that we take Monday's low first. We have CPI tomorrow though, so we could expect extreme manipulation, you know. CPI can undo a move in literally 1 second. So we'll just wait and see. We're still inside the 4-hour. I guess we can mark out this 4-hour high. Or I guess old low. Just go from there. First signs of bearish order flow would be an inversion here. Way too aggressive of an entry for me personally, but Some people are more aggressive. Let's see. That would just be first signs. First signs. We did get the 1 minute inversion there. Closure back below London high. That's pretty relevant to me. Let's see if we can get the lower portion. So the next sign of bearish order flow that I'm looking for is respecting the lower portion of this inversion. Shouldn't trade up into the high. It looks like that is happening as well. We do have another fair value gap. That would be your next sign of bearish order flow. And this would be the fair value gap annotation like this. We are approaching the next 15-minute candle. I mean, we could take this as a classic model, but like 137, bro. Damn. Yeah, well, never mind. You have to take it right there. It's 137 points if I want to put my stop at the body high. So I definitely can't take that. This candle doesn't have a, oh, it does have a low actually. We did get the inversion there. We do have this fair value gap below us, so right. We respected premium. I want to see us disrespect discount. We get a full trade through this inversion. I don't want to mark out every single fair value gap, but this is the one void. But we can focus on this one for now. I'm kind of waiting for a protraction model here, just because if I were to take this anywhere, the stop's too large. Two, we haven't actually confirmed that this is going to reverse. Right? We haven't seen the CISD is what confirms. Can I take it as a classic model? Yeah, it meets the criteria, but it's been you know a good amount of time since the classic. It's almost the macro now, so I'd rather kind of look for a reversal. If you wanted to be aggressive, you could take a short like this. It's just the stop loss placement. It doesn't make sense for anywhere here, anywhere. So I'd have to kind of wait for a protraction. Would have to wait for a protraction. So I'm looking for something like, assuming we get the CISD, which would be here. I'd have to look for something like that, you know. I'm just kind of being patient in this. I want to see closure below this level, and I want to see a protraction model offered. Good reaction from London high, city high. It's exactly what you'd want to see. Close below London highs, usually back because price trades lower into it. I wonder if we can scale down a reversal model here. We did have a 30-second CISD. I don't mind scaling down a protraction like this. I could take something like that as well. So if we mark out, let's say, the 2-minute, I wouldn't mind scaling down a protraction. We traded into the 2-minute SIBI. So like, for example, any move lower now, we can just say it's sponsored by the 2-minute SIBI. We already had the 30-second CISD. So scale down reversal, scale down protraction, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. The entry would look something like this. It's still 85 points. That's quite large. It's crazy. It just hasn't been confirmed. I want to see the closure below this level. We never disrespected discount. I'm a little skeptical. And on a day like this, I want to be more cautious than normal, you know? Because I'm not necessarily expecting such a large range. We didn't inverse the 2. Now, I'm not including the volume imbalance. I guess we should include the volume imbalance. Just want to keep the chart somewhat relatively clean. Let's just mark out this fair value gap. I mean, if we get the OB here, okay, referring back to London high, old liquidity pool, old high. I'm looking for a reversal. So good question, Ed. There's a couple ways to look at this. You could view it as a classic. For me, it's a little bit too late for the classic. At this point, I want to see reversal of the 930 candle, which has been bullish. So the reversal would be confirmed on this 1-minute low. If you want to be more aggressive, no, I haven't taken any trades. If you want to be more aggressive, you can scan the 30-second. On the 30-second, we already had the CISD, which is here. So you could argue that this is a protraction now. It's more aggressive because it's the 30-second, but it doesn't break any rules. There's no time restraints on the model, right? You just kind of have to, it's all about conviction. The model's a lot about conviction. So right now I'm technically looking for a protraction, but like I said, ideally the 1-minute CISD is what I wanted to see. No, we haven't. Guys, if I take a trade, you guys will see. If I take a trade, you guys will see. It's not less confirmation, but it's easier to make a mistake. You know? It's not like it's less power. It's all about conviction. For example, Jonathan, if we are going to go lower, and this is your high, right? It doesn't matter which time frame you're using to enter your CISD, because this is the high. It's not going to come back up here, right? It doesn't matter. What matters is your conviction and confirmation of the idea. That's what matters, right? Obviously, if we get displacement all the way down here, then you're probably more right about this high not being taken. So, yeah, does that make sense? It's not really about the time frame itself. Appreciate you, Garrett. You right, bro. Good shit, Peter. All right, let's close chat. Let's lock back in. All right, we are inside the macro. So scale down to a 30-second protraction, or we can just look for the idea in that sense. So first step of the protraction, respect premium, which we did not do here. We did close above. So I mean, you could view this inversion if you wanted to. It's a little bit too much. I mean, it looks pretty bullish though, right? We haven't invalidated discount, so the protraction model did not form. You simply can't take the first inversion. I mean, you can. It's really aggressive, you know? And if you want to scale out, when we never had that inversion we were looking for. So what am I looking for now? I don't want to see this high get bumped. An inversion, CISD, and I'll take it somewhere here. If that doesn't happen, we can look for a previous day equilibrium. I probably wouldn't look for that, but that's where I could probably reach to. I don't like that we came back all the way here. We'll see if this candle just immediately flips. Strange things could happen. And we shouldn't have came back here if we were bearish, in my opinion. It's pretty sloppy. We should have just stayed below the city high, stayed below London highs. Really sloppy delivery. It's OTE, but it's still really sloppy. Traded back to the 30-second OB. I mean, it's... Watching how price trades through this, like, this would technically meet the criteria for a protraction model. I probably want to demand a little bit more than this. This would give really good risk to reward though, if it were to close below, but I'd have to demand some more anyways. Because, you know, it should have, if it was going to go lower, like the ideal scenario was it would have went lower on this leg, and it would have, instead of moving up, it would have done something like this. Now this could just be a deep retracement, so like the same idea I was looking for, just the leg is, you know, that's sloppy. I don't want to trade sloppy. We're looking for high quality setups on the funded at least. I mean, ideally, you do that for all your accounts, but on the funded, I'm more picky. Yeah, 5 minutes. Doesn't look like we're going to get that closure below. Maybe. I'd still wait. See if we get an OB here. Well, now we're going to close above. I don't like that. And I have to wait this. No trades, guys. Every time, you don't have to worry. Every time I take a trade, I will leave the executions on the screen. You never have to ask. I will always show it. Am I disciplined in life? To some extent. There are some things I tell myself I want to do, but I do not do them consistently. But I also struggle with some other things that make it difficult to do everything I'm trying to do. But for the most part, I do pretty good. How much of this kind of if I buy off a few of your code? I think it's 10% right now. Just do the do. What's up, Elias? I'm done for the day. Yeah, man, you took a dub, man. I would just leave. I'd trade power of 3, yes. I trade power of 3 like nobody else. Find me a power of 3 trader who has studied the power of 3 more than me. You will not. I know the 15-minute OB you're talking about. Oh, yeah, you're actually like finding people. I mean, you can. I honestly can't speak on other people, but I have like 5,000 trades almost back tested with my model. Well, not 5,000 with this exact model, but 5,000. Have I gotten a payout recently? I got a payout last month. And I am eligible for another one, but I don't think I'm going to take it yet. It will maybe take the highs there. Yeah, right now, no confirmation of lower. What about 4-hour power 3? I do trade 4-hour power 3, 9:30 power 3. It's not 10 a.m. Everyone thinks it's 10 a.m. power 3. It is, but they're not trading a volatile candle. I don't like talking about how much my payouts were. Because like I said, the only people who ask me that question are people who want to copy trade me. People who want to copy trade me. If I didn't stream live, I wouldn't mind showing. Because I stream live, people want to know if they can copy. Is it mandatory to backtest? It's mandatory, yes. In my opinion, it'll make a big difference. It's kind of rude. For me, it's not the rude. It's just, it's basically me telling someone, like, if I told someone, like, yo, I made 20K this month. Last month I made 50K. Last month, 100K. That person is going to copy trade me. 100%. I know. People copy trade me and I don't even tell them. So, like, how much accounts you blown? I don't blow many accounts. I can't afford to just, no, I'm not in a position. I don't blow many accounts. I can't afford to get that many accounts. I like that we close below the 4 hour. It's nice. Because now we can still wick and it's hard, man. It's hard to be transparent. I've framed my whole self around transparency. But transparency is not easy. If I learn a good question. You need to backtest it enough until you can trust it. That's the answer. The issue isn't about practicing the model, right? I mean, obviously you need to practice it to some extent so you know. You need to know, right? The reason you need to practice it is because you need to be able to trust it yourself. You're trading today, bro? I mean, doesn't look like it, but maybe. Maybe. Tomorrow is CPI, FOMC minutes in the afternoon. FOMC minutes is not as important as press conference, but you can already see it's a little bit slower. You get a lot of this. But if we get an immediate move lower here, maybe previous day equilibrium. Isn't this a BPR? Yeah, I mean, you could view this as a balanced price range. Are you bearish or bullish? It's not really about bias. It's more so I'm going to wait for shorts. I'm not interested in taking any longs. I'm going to wait for it to tell me it's going to go lower or I'm not going to trade. Reason being simply the higher time frame is bearish. And I'm not really looking to trade against that. Like, yeah, it could go to previous day equilibrium. It could also fail to get there. And that would just be showing a confirmation of bearish order flow. So, I mean, it's either going to tell me it's going to go lower or we're going to not take a trade, you know? First confirmation would be this inversion. Got a 5 hour long. Nice, bro. 3% this model in 1 month is enough. 3%. I mean, depends how much you risk, right? Depends how much you risk per trade. 3%, yeah, 3% in 1 month can be more than enough. It just depends what your percentage is. Wait for the market to hit 30-minute FEG near the breaker. Possible, yes. What does SSS mean? This is liquidity. I just marked this out as a liquidity grab. It's a dollar. SSS. Hi, bro, from Philippines. Appreciate you, bro. Do you use IRL to ERL candle closer above and daily buys? Yes. I use IRL, ERL. You'll never hear me say, like, okay, I'm looking for internal to X, you know, but you will, it's kind of just integrated in. Every market move is some sort of IRL to ERL. So why is journaling so important? I don't see why it would work. It's the only way to, I haven't taken any trades yet, Bears. It's the only way to track your progress. My biggest payout was $2,000. Understand how market moves. What? Is that a question? There's a lot of things you could be surprised that your journal can tell you. You know, your journal will tell you things that, you know, even if, let's say, you have a profitable model, you know, your journal will tell you things that no one else and nothing else can. That's the significance. PO3 expert advisor. Cool. The breaker block would be this low, brother. This black candle. If we get closure below the low here, this breaker would be this would be your breaker. All right, let's see. Do we get an inversion? 3% drawdown on my funded. That's okay, bro. Waiting for a payout so I can't trade. You gotta get another eval, bro. Does it start at 9, but you wait for 9:30 PO3? It doesn't start at 9. I mean, your most clean, volatile, obvious, easy to trade, large range, power of 3 is 9:30. Besides, we're talking about intraday, right? Obviously, daily power of 3 will offer you a larger range. If we're talking about an intraday candle, there is nothing like the 9:30 power of 3. It has the largest range, the most volatility, the cleanest manipulation, the cleanest distribution, and it forms every single day. For a long, Ethan, for a long, you'd have to see an inversion higher now. 4 hour did not invert, no. We closed below it right at the right time. Settings, style, middle line. For a short, you can't look for a protraction until the reversal is confirmed. So there's no protraction on this would be your protraction. If we get the displacement lower, and this would be your protraction model entry, the inversion here, or the bearish fair value gap, or the OB. First step, CISD. What is this risk, bro? Even if I wanted to trade this, 130 point stop loss? Oh my. Your stop still needs to cover. There's a couple things it needs to cover. One, the order block. This is the order block. I'll mark it out with these candles. This is your bearish order block. In a good market, we shouldn't trade up to 50%, right? Where would my stop be? It would be a soft stop and a reinversion. That's how I like to do it if there's a fair value gap I can use. Because we can still refer back to this. Yeah, this is just the way that it's forming. The candles are so large in range. We'll look for a protraction. Didn't get the CISD yet, by the way. We still need to close below. We don't know. Samuel, good question, brother. If it happens before 9:30, then you can look for a classic model, which is a move at 9:30. If it doesn't happen before, then most likely it'll happen after, and it can happen after. That's fine. Then ideally the move will happen more at 10 a.m. That's all it is. You know, just about timing the move. We'll wait for a protraction. So, someone said protraction short. How would it form? Protraction model will be very simple here. You wait for a retracement into a fair value gap or a swing high. Wait for an OB, FEG, displacement back out of it. You can always scale down your protractions without shooting back. Nope. So if you took it right after the low here, that would just be your reversal. So if you wanted to, you could trade like this. This could be this would not break any rules for me, depending on the risk reward you're looking for. Why am I not taking this? One, I want another level of confirmation. That's one. Two, the risk to reward that the reversal model one, right? The risk to reward, and you can put your stop here, so we can talk about a stop loss like this. The risk to reward that model one is giving me here is not that good, you know? I don't like to stop here. I like to stop here a lot more because it's been sloppy. Even if you did have a stop loss here, it's still not the best risk to reward wise. It's 1.86. It's not the worst. I would rather look for a protraction, and if it doesn't give it to me, because the protraction will, one, give me a second level of confirmation that this is a reversal, and two, most likely give me better risk to reward here. But on that side, I risk missing the trade. But on a day like this, remember my first thing I said, I'm going to be more cautious today anyways. So am I going to take a reversal? I'd rather just wait for a continuation. How come you're using that bullish candle? See, not that long wick. This is your CISD because these are your 3 consecutive up close candles. You can't use anything to the left here because it's not consecutive buy side delivery. This is your last run of buy side delivery, represented in 1, 2, 3 candles. So if this is buy side delivery, closing below it is your change in delivery. I would partial at New York Open. This would be my main target. Low hanging fruit, 15-minute BISI below New York Open. Best case scenario. Monday's low. Or low of day, I guess. Could also look at daily premium and discount. So you get a really nice partial like right here. Like this is a good level to aim for right here. It's also your 1-minute dealing range. We'll see if it gives us an opportunity. So I'm waiting for a protraction model. I don't trade FOMC press conference. Just FOMC minutes, it's not as influential. Best thing that can happen is we put in a bullish fair value gap here. Trading into the 5-minute there. Trading back to the CISD open. I want to see this fair value gap form, the bullish one. I guess I wouldn't mind the OB as well. It's still 96 points. That's just insane, man. Truly insane. How can I use CPDR? You can use it to project highs and lows. That's the only reason I would use it. And look for it as a TP if you trade London or Asia, I guess. Can you explain why CC works like in terms of order flow? Yeah, it's very simple. Think about it like this. You're bearish. Let's say you know market's going to go lower. You have a level right here. This orange box is your level. If we have buy side delivery into that level, the market's already destined to go lower. You have some buy side delivery into that level. And then we change that delivery by invalidating it. So buy side delivery into the level, change in state delivery, invalidating it. If we're going to go lower, obviously time needs to align and bias, right? Drawn liquidity needs to align. But if I told you we're going to go lower, this is your confirmation. We had buy side delivery here, and that's it. We've now shifted. We have invalidated the buy side delivery. All right, let's minimize chat here. See if we get the OB. If I'm not mistaken, is that a 15-second fair value? There's a 30-second in there. Stop loss placement's not like the risk reward is not bad, but like the stop loss is 83 points. Nothing worse. We'll see if it forms the OB. I don't mind putting a micro on it. Did we inverse to 30-second? Not quite yet. Hopefully it doesn't slip too far. I do want to wait for the inversion though. I do want to wait for the inversion. I do have to wait for the close. Could be aggressive here and just take it, but I'll probably de-risk on this trade. All right. I'm going to take 1 micro on top step. I'll take 2 micros on alpha. It's just so much risk. So this would be your protraction model short. We got the CISD, retracement, got the OB, 30-second inversion. I'm only taking 2 micros on my alpha account, taking 1 micro on my top step account, just because the FOMC minutes and CPI tomorrow, and it's kind of sloppy. This low is your first low. Looking at this fair value gap as well, see if we can get below that. We can get away with a stop at 460, I believe. $460.75. Trading into a 1-minute bearish fair value gap. There isn't really anything above us, so either we're right and this plays out, or we're just wrong, which is fine. I'm watching the body and the speed of this candle as we trade into the SIBI. I know we have a lot going on here. Let's remove this. Let's remove the OB. We've closed below London highs. I'm going to remove that annotation as well. What's important here is the CISD and the bearish order block that formed off of it. We should see speed now as we already traded higher. Ideally, I do not see a higher high than this. There's a higher high than that. There is a short-term SMT between those two candles. NQ trading a little bit higher than ES right now. I don't like the fact we've traded completely into this bearish fair value gap. Ideally, it did not trade all the way through it, but we did. So hopefully we can get an immediate reaction. We didn't inverse it. I want to see a closure below this level. We are trading outside that bearish fair value gap now. We do have a higher up bearish fair value gap, but ideally if it's bearish, it doesn't even trade into that. We do get a wick through. It hasn't validated yet, but it looks like it might here. We did get the inversion there. I did take it off the 30-second inversion, so I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave my stop where it is, but yeah, it doesn't look pretty good, if I'm being honest. We pretty much invalidated all the PD rays in this price leg. We still have the OB, but we shall see. We just traded into a 30-second bullish fair value gap. We'll see if we can get below that. So far, we are trading higher from it. It looks like we will make a higher high here. We'll see. I'm not gonna touch my stop because I already put my stop as a protective measure for any sloppy moves, you know? So I'm gonna keep the stop where it is. And remember, I already de-risked, so I'm not gonna risk, like I'm not gonna go in with less micros and then put also an aggressive stop. Even with the stop here, it's still less. We're getting some displacement lower. Sloppy retracement higher. Trading into an OB there in the lower time frame. So this fair value gap, I don't want to see this reclaim bearish. If it cannot, then it probably will not deliver higher. I mean lower. So far we are trading above it. Looks like we might form a bullish change in the state here and a bullish breaker. We did take out this high, pretty much our last line of defense. Even if this does go lower, obviously not a good trade because just of how slow it was. And we're out. I'm out. And we did take a loss there. I'll show the executions. We entered short there. We had a nice reaction immediately, but we'll watch this now. We'll see what happens. There isn't really anything higher. So I mean the possibilities of us getting souped, it's possible because we still have that open city like over here. But we'll see. We shall just see. I don't think I'll re-enter it. It's already a iffy day. I don't think I'll re-enter. Too much chop. Too much chop from the last 42 minutes. I would just take the one trade. If it was going to go lower, probably would have went lower there. Oh, let's let it go now. We'll watch. We'll see if it would have played out. I'm going to short again. I'm not going to short again. You took a loss? Yeah, me too. Still kind of consolidating. I still believe in lower, but I don't think I'll be able to navigate a high. I'm don't trade my stops because SMT now. Yeah, maybe. Why the body? Stop loss was covering the order block. Up 600. Hope to keep the streak going. Good luck, brother. Daily bias is bullish. I don't think it's bullish, but that's okay. We are seemingly going lower now. Right after getting stopped. Toxics and longs. Oh, you're still in the trade? Good luck, brother. If I was still in this trade, I'd want to see the same thing. Closure below this fair value gap. Are you re-entering? No. I'm not going to re-enter. After I see this much sloppiness, no way. It's too sloppy in this. Too much back and forth. Swing high would have stopped you out as well. See, so we had a pretty good stop loss there. I mean, how much did we save? 21 points. Not too big of a deal. You're holding your short. Good luck, brother. It's possible. This could be your soup. So it's possible. It's just too sloppy in this price action. Pretty much 42 minutes of sideways. 42 minutes of sideways price action. You know? Typical for FOMC minutes pre-CPI day. Pretty typical. It already took out London high, brother. Lock the account. If I trade later, will only be on one of them. Yeah, I'll probably look to trade something in the afternoon. Maybe at 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. I'll look for a protraction on whatever forms. Because this is too sloppy now. I think this will probably keep being slow. It was a good trade. It was a good trade. Re-entry looks decent. It's not bad. I wouldn't take it personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone else did. If I were to re-enter, I'd have to see the order block here. Don't let it fake you. Don't let the 1 minute fake you. Look at the 5 minute. We haven't done anything. 3, 5. I still believe in lower, but like for example, if we have an inversion here, that would meet the criteria for a short. But I wouldn't take it personally. I just accept the fact that it went sideways. It wasn't a bad trade. I'm happy with that trade. I'm happy with one loss today, or at least in the morning. Brother, you should just risk with size and take profit quickly. You do a lot of waiting. Your moves always plays, but not for long. Yeah, that's called gambling, bro. That's called over leveraging. This guy said increase your risk and take your profits at half R. Yeah, I don't want to trade that way, brother. How is your NQ chart from the future compared to mine? Should be the same, brother. Gonna drop in 5 minutes. It might, man. I'm gonna sit here and let it go. What's a good risk for eval? Depends how. It depends when, like, how long you want to take the pass. You know, everyone should be different. Not gambling if you're not entering on stupid spots. Well, it's okay. Then be happy with your loss. I am happy with my loss. Thank you. It's gambling because you're not going to be consistently profitable if you're taking trades that are like 0.3 R. Like you're saying I could have just taken 2-3 minis and TP'd after a little bit of movement down. What is that, bro? If that trade comes up and stop me, I blow my account. You know? That is a gambler's mentality, brother. Do you journal your trades? Of course. Take loss and stop profit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This guy said over risk. This guy said over risk and decrease your risk to reward. What type of advice is that, bro? Are we not in a recession? What does that have to do with it? Your chart's 11 minutes behind? It's because you don't have real-time data, my brother. You gotta get that real-time data. 1 micro for 10 points is all you need for the day? 1 micro for 10 points? Well, that's $20. What am I gonna do with $20, bro? So only shorts? Praying for you, Ryan. Yeah, we took one trade. It was a loss. We took a short. We got stopped out at 10.20. You want me to get 10 points in a mini? Bro, where am I going to put my stop loss, bro? No, this guy can't be real. So you want me to keep my stop at like 90 points? You want me to go for... Bro, I don't even... That RR is so low, I don't even think you can draw it up, bro. 10 point TP. Bro, telling me to trade with 0.1 R. I mean, hey, man, I guess to each their own. Sorry, 0.15. Bro, I don't even think that covers commissions, bro. That's a good idea, Les. I don't. Wait, are you a Levs? Or are you another Alejandro? Ray, why are you so mad, bro? Damn. Can you micro scalp on Top Step? Yeah, you can. Would you still trade these conditions? I'm not trading anymore in this session. Just gonna sit here and watch to see if my idea was right. That's all. Be like they're waiting for lunch hour to take the lows. That's okay, Ryan. Yeah, I don't like this range. It's just been going sideways for the last almost 50 minutes now. What do you think of limit? Check my message above. 10-10. It's not bad. I don't like using limits, but it's not bad. You had a limit on this fair value gap. It's not bad. It's a little too choppy for me, yeah. You just going half size or small time frame or what? I'll be trading like one micro, yeah. On my 50Ks, on my 100Ks, it's a little bit easier to manage. But still, nonetheless. Yep, we're really consolidating. One of the clean trades I was okay, man. We'll I don't know how you managed to take a clean trade in this, but sure. Consolidation inside upper quadrant opening range. Let's tape read. Yeah, no more trades for me personally in this session. 10:30 cook. I don't know if 10:30 is gonna cook anything, bro. I think this that's why I wanted to be a part of the 9:30 move, because after 9:30 move, this is typical. Accumulation, manipulation, accumulation. That's funny, bro. Yeah, lunch might be better than this. I'd expect lunch to be a little bit better. What would I do? For what? Yeah, well, don't take bad trades. Well, definitely don't take bad trades. Yeah, I'll probably look for PM session trades. FOMC's at 2. That's probably moving choppy. Yeah, FOMC minutes at 2. Why don't you stream PM? Usually I go to the gym at that time. I also don't stay in front of the charts like I do when I'm trading morning. When I'm morning, I'm watching every single candle. When I trade PM session, I'll just mark up some levels, and then if I see a setup really clearly, I actually don't need to sit here and watch every candle to trade. I'm only doing that because I'm live. If I was trading on my own time, I'd simply just put out the idea and move. Prediction, I think we can get lower prices today. Nope, that's not an IFEG. It needs to close. It doesn't matter where the next one opens. Oh, Ryan, what I would do on the eval is just over risk, like risk more on the eval. Could be another manipulation. I wouldn't read too much into the 1 minute chart, guys. Here, let me clear it up for you. You tell me where the high probability trade's at. I mean, I still believe in lower, but my shit started at 5 a.m. 200 today, building slowly. Yeah, build it slowly, brother. That's all. That's exactly what it is. What it is. What it is. So I'm minus. What am I? I'm minus 140 on my funded. But I will trade the PM session. I will update you guys on whether or not we recover that loss or we take another one. Silver bullet and macro. Silver bullet is 10 a.m. to 11. You look for a continuation or reversal of the 9:30 to 30 opening range. A macro is a specific time interval, every single hour, 50 to 10, or you can expect a price run. My next YouTube video on Friday will cover macros. It'll give you guys a lot of examples on how you can use macros. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to stay away from this in the morning here. And, you know, I should have known. You know, maybe I should have traded just the evals today, but it's not a big deal. We took a small loss. I caught London session long. I don't know what that TP was. Oh, 3:30. Yeah, I saw some. I saw something. What was it? Yeah, this 3 a.m. Here's on how I can screen share like this. What do you mean screen share? OBS Studio, brother. You can see that FOMC minutes pre-CPI price action. Now, maybe if it was just FOMC minutes, not as bad, because it's also pre-CPI. You know, I might make this a rule where I don't trade FOMC minutes, at least not on the funded. Because, I don't know, did I say this before? My issue is I had a journal. And I lost it. And I had notes and stuff like this. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember what I said. I'll have to just go back and recollect the data, but I'm pretty sure. I remember taking a lot of winning trades on FOMC minutes, but I think it's because it's also pre-CPI. So it's kind of like pre-CPI is already kind of a little red flag. FOMC minutes, another red flag. PPI on Friday is probably also another red flag. Small org, exactly. YM looks the exact same, bro. I don't know. Yeah. I should have traded PM session on the funded. I should have only traded the eval with that trade. I don't mind taking the trade. The trade was pretty good. It looked pretty good. If we were going to go lower, but obviously we're range bound. Shouldn't have expected expansion. I guess that was the main mistake. There is no protraction model in expansion in ranging markets. That's the mistake. I will journal it as so. I will trade the PM session. We'll see if we can cover the loss. Now, it was a good trade, but not on a day like this. Not on a day like this. That's how I'm going to journal it as well, personally. So, all good, though. Yep. What was the narrative context? Expecting H4 SIBI. 10 a.m. reversal model. Look the protraction. Yeah, I can show you guys how I journal. I don't mind. So I'll journal this. What's up, Ivan? Even. FOMC minutes. CPI. Day after. Friday DPI. As expected. This is Notion, yes. I do use TradeZella as well. Will it affect the markets? You'll see a price run for sure. That's how I journal. I already have a video on journaling. So that's the first part of my journal. Let's talk about, we enter at 10:14 to 10:20. So I also journal the duration of my trade. So 10:14. And I'll show you guys one more thing before everyone gets bored and leaves. What's up, Yush? I also journal in a daily reflection. So what am I going to do? So I click new. This is the 9th. Journal entry number 49. I like to put the little emoji so it looks neat. And then I talk. Took a good trade today, but should not have expected expansion. This would invalidate the protraction model I took. I could have looked for a facet or range model only, or simply sit out. So what do I do now? What you can do is you can actually link. Is there a 19? So you can link. So now I can link the two. I can link the trade with the reflection, you know? And now I have everything journaled and I can move on with my day. I got a message from my homie. I think he wants to play ball. That was Notion. That one's free. If you want a free, you can use that. If you want a free one, you can use that. Thank you. That was helpful. Got you, brother. Yep, we took one trade today with a loss. I shorted on this protraction model. In terms of setup, I would view this as a pretty good setup. I ain't gonna lie. I would give it an A. But given the market condition, I would not give it an A. But that's why we de-risked, right? I didn't take a full loss on that trade, guys. Why did price go back up? Price is not going up. It's going sideways. Don't overread it, right? I think the most likely is a move sideways, but I'm still bearish. That hasn't changed. Just wrong timing of, I was incorrect about the timing of that move. That's all it was. How could I have known that this wasn't the right time? We already had a large 930 range. And then obviously in terms of the economic calendar is against us. So CPI tomorrow, FOMC minutes today, small opening range gap. All characteristics. The classic model long would have been the best trade. It just really did not form. The classic model long would have been the best though. Yeah, look at the price tag. This is very typical. Study this because this is going to repeat. Listen closely. 9:30 a lot of the time, and that's why I said at the beginning of the stream, ideally, and obviously I didn't follow through with this, but I said ideally, you can listen, it's in the stream. Ideally, on days like this, you want to try to be a part of the move in the first 30 minutes. Because 9:30 is going to bring in volatility. It's going to bring in a range. You know that 9 out of 10 times it's going to bring in something. We saw the move to London highs. And if you listen to, and I should have followed this, I literally said it word for word. I said, there is a chance that we're going to take London highs at 9:30 and from there just move sideways because we're not expecting that much of a range. And that's exactly what happened. I guess I kind of overlooked it. I am going to journal that actually. I'm going to go back. Yeah, you can study from ICT. That's where I studied from. You don't have to study from me, brother. I did call out. There was a good chance. 9:30. Use a move. What's up, Jason? Please repeat what you said. So a lot of the days when you're not expecting a large expansion, which is what we were not expecting today, a lot of the time what you see, 9:30 offers a large run because 9:30 brings in volatility almost every time. So we saw a large run at 9:30, 350 points. We took out London highs, which is here, and a little bit higher. A lot of the time what you see is that run, that move will happen, and then we'll go sideways the rest of the session after that. Because there is no more volatility. Think about it like that. There is no more fuel, if you want to kind of put it in that sense. This will repeat, so that's why I'm saying to study this, because this will repeat, man. You'll see this again on days with this kind of characteristic. This could be the short. Yeah, it's possible. Are you going to trade the rest of the week? Yeah, tomorrow and Friday will be the best days of the week, in my opinion. So I should have kept that mental note because I did say it out loud. I said I wanted to be a part of 9:30, move higher. But it's what it is. What do you use to journal? I use Notion and TradeZilla. I was expecting to come lower as a 1 hour LB. What do you think? I was expecting to, but that's the thing. It's just the wrong timing of the move, in my opinion. In my opinion, we still move lower. Just don't think it's gonna move lower right now, bro. Not this session, not this time. That's all. No, we took a loss today. You took a full loss. That's okay. You just gotta study. I came third. My brother came first, so I made my money a little bit more. I did go short. No, I don't think that's what it is, bro. No, I'm not going to trade the macro. If I was going to trade, I would look for the macro or lunch. Lunch will be better. No, I'm not going to trade lunch. I doubt it. I'll probably trade PM session. I'll be trading PM. FOMC minutes today, day before CPI, no opening range gap. Yep, exactly, bro. Good stuff, Tadeline. Exactly, brother. Better safe than sorry. What was your buy-in for league? It was 150. Well, probably call it there, boys. Why ain't you live? Because usually I go to the gym. I don't usually sit on my computer and watch every single minute when I'm trading PM session. But if I take anything, I will post in the Discord. If I'm looking for anything specific, I will also post it in the Discord. Post the workout session. What was your buy-in? Yep, FOMC, pre-CPI. Couple red flags. 9:30 saw the move. My brother made a rack. Yeah, he did. He made over a rack. It was a 12 man. What's up, guys? 409. Copy Marcus, yes, sir. Double entry, no hate. I've seen this entry play out like 80 out of 100 times. Good entry, just wrong day. Yeah, we took one loss, 2 chains. It was a protraction model short. We rejected off the 4-hour civvy, swept the internal high, CISD. I took the protraction here. What are some tech stocks you're looking to buy? I'm already in my tech stock positions, but I'm looking to buy more NVIDIA. I'm personally looking to buy more NVIDIA. We took the same entry on NQ. Bro, too many. Exactly, bro. AMD. I'm in AMD as well. Yeah, you're right, moving. You're right, bro. So many injuries, bro. I ain't gonna talk, bro. I lost Jalen Suggs, DeJounte Murray, Jalen Johnson. Lost AD for like 20, 30 games. Lost Kate Cunningham in my playoffs. I had like a bunch of people who were just tanking too. Like, shit was tough. Yeah, the setup was good. I give this like an A setup. Just the wrong day. I shouldn't have expected expansion. That was the issue. So I wouldn't say rule break, but technically my model first rule is you have to expect expansion. If you're not expecting expansion, protraction will fail. So I was wrong in that sense. Yeah, I mean, DeJounte Murray is pretty injury prone, I guess, but everyone got injured, bro. Google's good. Apple's good. I like all of them, bro. Any like the Big Ten is fire, in my opinion. Take care, guys. Jalen Johnson was my biggest pain. You know who surprisingly played a lot and did really good? Trae Young, bro. I had Trae Young. He did good the whole season, bro. You lost Wemby, Dame, season man. Cam, it's tough. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, whoever lost Wemby was tough. I'd beat the guy who lost Wemby, but it's honestly it's fair, bro, because I beat him with no Anthony Davis. No, actually I did have Anthony Davis, but I beat him with no Kate Cunningham. Bro, Kate Cunningham was my best pick. I'm telling you, bro. That was a sleeper pick. That was a sleeper pick, bro. You know who I picked up that low-key started snapping too? I picked up a Quentin Grimes. That boy started snapping, bro. Trae Young did good for me this year. Cause Trae Young finished. He finished 7th, bro. And Kate Cunningham would have finished top 3. He finished 8th. He would have finished top 3, but he missed like 9 games in a row in playoffs. He would have finished top 3 though. I already have Anthony Davis. Wait. Lakers are playing Davis? Wait. For real? That's today? Are Davis and Luka playing? Yo. Is he injured right now? Luka and AD are both playing? Wow. I mean, there's the short we wanted. Let me post a recap of this loss real quick. Let me record something. Why do you switch over to YouTube? YouTube's better, less trolls. I like my YouTube stream more. I like YouTube more than TikTok. My bias was bearish. All right, let me record a trade recap. Okay, so we did take one loss in the morning session today. It was a de-risk loss because I knew the conditions we were going into. I entered on this protraction model. We retraced into a fair value gap. We got a 30-second inversion and the 1-minute OB here. That's where I shorted. We saw a lot of chop after my entry, about 32 minutes of chop. And after taking out the key level, we saw almost an hour and 12 minutes of sideways movement. We did eventually start moving lower. My bias never changed. I just realized that we are in a difficult condition. Being able to find a high probability trade that will play out is nonetheless difficult. If you look at the trade that we took right here, It's quite literally the same as the trade right here. Exact same model, retracement and inversion OB. So the entry was good. The timing was a little bit off. You know, makes more sense that this move was going to happen in lunch because of the economic calendar today. But nonetheless, it was a de-risked loss. I do expect this to potentially go lower. This would have hit our first partial level, but I do think we can take out the sell side here and potentially get below previous day low, midnight open, low of day, and maybe later on in the day or week, take out that Monday's low. An open range gap really small. It just means sloppier price action usually, yeah. Is that a W recap? I low-key might redo that, guys. You guys are gonna have to sit here and watch me say that all again. So we did take one loss in the morning session today. I shorted on this protraction model. We had the CISD retracement. I took the OB / 30-second inversion here. I was targeting the sell side as my first main level. Would have taken a partial as price kept going lower. We did kind of go sideways after my entry, so we were kind of wrong about the timing of this move, but you can see the same model presented itself right here. This is my model 3, and it did deliver that first partial move. I am still bearish, but I do think this entry could have been avoided. Understanding the condition of the economic calendar and just the timing of this trade is not quite aligned yet. So I am bearish, just think this is not the right time of the move. We are potentially seeing a move lower now in lunch. I am still bearish on the day. We'll see if these levels get hit later on in the day or tomorrow. Nonetheless, it was a de-risked loss because I already understood the conditions we were going in. And it is what it is. That was better. That was better. That was better. That was not bad. It is what it is. Um, I don't think anything here is a good play, but yeah, this entry, the only difference between this entry and this one, small difference in price, not too much, 20-point difference. Exact same model, still a protraction because we never took out the high here. So it's still a protraction model, but it's difficult, you know? Still a protraction. It is what it is. Let me post this so I can post this on TikTok. I mean, if you put your stop at the CISD high, you would never stop long, so really speed passing to advanced alpha. Shot to do within 1 month. All love, Gatie King, brother. Come to Chicago, watch some baseball. What's the baseball team in Chicago again? Yeah, I be getting so many random prop firms email messaging me. Do you guys want to scan some of the prop firms that I get emails from? They're saying, okay, what's this one? They tell me prop firm match. What's prop firm match? Oh, wait, that's cool. They find the best prop firm for you? Why would I want? How could I affiliate with this? Oh, look, Alpha Capital's up there. No, they're trying to take my discount codes. Oh, they cover. Damn, Fibers has been 9 years. Hold on, let's wait. Funding pips from Dubai. Cool. What else is here? Where are the futures ones? These are all forex indices. Oh, that's lame, bro. They gotta add futures to this, bro. Right? This is all aqua futures. I don't even got Top Step now. Yeah, sorry guys. It's a famous website? Oh, it is? You think Top Step gonna reset account today? Nah. I backtested this strategy, doesn't work. What strategy, bro? Clubs and socks, but Cubs all the way. Blue Jays better. We're about to hit our first partial New York Open. Alright, Loki, I'm gonna redo the recap one more time because now that it actually hit the partial level, I Loki kind of capped in the first. Alright, one more recap. Okay, so we did take a loss in the morning session today. I shorted this protraction model. We got the CISD after rejecting from the manipulation. I took the trade on this order block or 30-second inversion. Both meet the criteria for my protraction. We kind of got stopped out or topped up, however you want to view it. We did see another protraction form here. So same exact model 3 that I trade. The entry would have been like this. Obviously, I did not take this trade. I was kind of content with just taking one loss. First partial would have been New York Open for every single protraction model. That's where I like to take my partials. Sell side liquidity would be a next objective. And if this is to go lower and lower, I would expect midnight open and low of day. And if we get extreme expansion, potentially Monday's low. Depends what happens in the afternoon session though. Nonetheless, we did take a loss. We had the right idea. Did not manage to time the move correctly. FOMC minutes in the afternoon, CPI the day after. We had a very small opening range of gap today. All kind of red flags for trading the 10 a.m. hour. So it makes more sense that this move kind of happens closer towards lunch in that 10:50 macro. Nonetheless, it was a good trade. I would probably take it again. We also de-risked, so cannot complain. Till next time. Bro, I'm so cringe at ending. Fuck content, bro. I'm gonna just hire someone. I swear to God, I'm just gonna hire someone one day. Hold on. Luka Doncic has 50 points. Who's with me? Who's with me? You think 30 is a lock? Why was first trade back and you look against whenever you get a chance? 30-point triple double? I mean, I'll do it. Yeah, I can look at gems. Where'd you post the trade, Toxic? Okay, I see now. It wasn't a bad trade, Toxic. But couple things, Toxic. If you're gonna trade the reverse, so you're trading the reversal model, right? Reversal model, stop needs to cover the OB. Okay, that's the first thing, right? First thing. Second thing, you got chopped up. So the timing in which this move was gonna happen was incorrect, right? So if you're taking the reversal, original stop loss goes here. If you're gonna take the protraction, your stop loss would have went here, in which case would have been stopped out, so protraction failed. Well, it didn't actually fail because we didn't. It's not like we expanded, you know. We just went sideways. First rule of protraction is expect expansion. Makes sense. Okay, seems like people are not getting this. I'm gonna post a daily review right now because it seems like people. FX replay good. Yeah, but TradeZella is better, if I'm being honest. You just get way more better features on TradeZella for like pretty much the same price. I just put this up there for the pick. Original stop was there at the OB. Yeah, so it was a good trade. You just got really chopped up until 1050. If you left your stop, it would have played out. Notion? No, we're talking about the back testing. Pissed me off. I should hit your TP. Just the condition of the market, brother. It was a good trade. It was a good. The setup was close to A plus. If it was any other day. It's not Trump, bro. This was not Trump's doing. I'll be trading PM session, yes. Well, boys. You could take a protraction short. I'm not interested anymore. I wouldn't even be comfortable taking a loss in this morning session again. I'd rather just trade the PM. It's kind of about more mental capital now. I lucky wish I took a win. Why did I take a loss? But you went break even and you're mad, bro. You took break even on a condition like this. That's amazing, bro. I got nice more like Twitter points per bill for later, bro. Guaranteed hit, bro. Send that right now. What are you waiting for, bro? I got a 50% profit boost, bro. I have a wait, why is Boston Celtics winning against Orlando plus 205? Nah, but we're putting AD. Luka Doncic for 25 is pretty good odds, bro. Surely he got 25, right? Alright, we're taking Luka 6 rebounds. We gotta go. Well, we gotta take over on points on this game, bro. What's the point spread at? 228. Just take the over, bro. I'm going over alternate points. Wait, it's not even out yet. Can't even do it. Luka triple double. But he's low-key haven't been getting any rebounds, bro. I ain't gonna lie. To trap everyone, that's why I take Orlando spread. Boston will lose. Why on earth would Vegas give them a plus 200? Is their whole team injured or something? Wait, you said Orlando spread. So Orlando's minus 6.5? Is that the play? What does that even mean? Minus 6.5. That means they have to win by 7? Oh, y'all think Orlando is the entire Boston Celtics lineup injured or something? Nobody's injured? I'm gonna just stay away from that game, bro. I don't even know. I don't even know. It's starting to be weird now. I'm gonna just stay away from that game. I'm gonna lock in with the Lakers game. I don't know how Boston is plus 200, but it is what it is, I guess. Sports now? No. Good sure, brother. Good management. Look at that reaction off New York Open. It's really nice as well. That's why you partial at New York. Well, appreciate everyone coming through. I'm probably gonna call it quits. If I take a trade in the PM session, I will let you guys know. So far, we are 0-1 on the day. I won't post my journal in the Discord yet in case I do trade the PM session. I don't want to have to like redo the post. So I'll just wait till the afternoon. I will see you guys live tomorrow. Tomorrow is CPI day, so that'll be fun. Hopefully we see some good volatility. Till next time. Why don't you go live? Because I'm not going to be sitting in front of my computer. That's not how I trade PM session. I don't have the mental capacity to just sit there the entire time and be like, okay, this did not. I'm gonna mark out some levels, wait for an idea to play out. If it waits out, I'll take it. If not, no trade, you know. Maybe I'll go live in gems, but we shall see. PM session starts at 1:30, but I'm gonna wait till after news. News is at 2 o'clock. It starts at 1:30, but I won't be trading till after. All right. Appreciate everyone coming through. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Stay tuned in the Discord. Join the free giveaway in the Discord. I'll help you win.